Christian Ziegler, the former Florida GOP chair, had a public and political reputation around Florida for being very conservative, very pro-Christian, very pro-family values, and very anti-LGBTQ. However, in recent years, he has been accused of rape, sexual battery, and video voyeurism, and now it turns out that he's not quite the family man that he would like us all to think he is. Now, this all goes back to 2021, but there's some new information that's come out. Just to catch you up really quickly, Ziegler's wife, Bridget Ziegler, is the co-founder of Moms for Liberty, and she's a member of the Sarasota School Board. She's known for her very right-wing ideology, and a lot of the rhetoric pushed by Moms for Liberty is anti-LGBTQ. For example, they're big fans of the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. Bridget is implicated in the accusations against her husband, according to case documents, phone records, and Bridget herself. She told police that she was involved in a threesome with her husband and the rape accuser. Since these revelations came out, her supporters and critics alike, including students in the Sarasota School District, have not stopped talking about her hypocrisy.
Bridget, you got. I've had this feeling for a long time, but now the community has come together and decided it's time for you to go. Your hate that you manifested and scrounged up from your homophobic followers has come full circle and exploded in your face in a mess of hypocrisy.
Good evening. My name is Paulina Testerman, and in the famous words of William Shakespeare, I am here for my pound of flesh. Before I start my speech, Mrs. Rose, please do not mute my mic as you did in the past school board meetings. Mrs. Ziegler, well, if it isn't the consequences of your own actions, tisk, tisk, tisk. It's always the ones with the dirty hands that are pointing the fingers, isn't it? So I'm confident that most of the speakers tonight will adequately rub your nose in your own hypocrisy. I won't be redundant.
While investigating the accusations against Ziegler, detectives found a list of women on his phone that he wanted to sleep with or did sleep with, and his accuser's name was on that list. Text messages between Ziegler and his wife showed the two of them discussing the accuser. In the messages, Christian told Bridget to, quote, come home, stop and pick up a woman to play again and be crazy. He also referred to the woman as, quote, an alcoholic, nice person with some issues. In response, Bridget seemed hesitant, saying that she doesn't want to take advantage of anyone who seems broken or like they're going through a hard time. She did clarify, quote, I know it's always been consensual. She went on to say that, quote, my nature is more likely to help her. Then Christian told his wife that they, quote, needed to hunt for someone new. So the rape accusations came when a tryst was arranged between the couple and the woman. When Bridget backed out, the woman lost interest. At that point, Christian allegedly showed up at her home and assaulted her. The woman told police that this was not the only time that things had gotten out of hand with Christian. She told police that he once climbed into her home through an unlocked window. Now detectives are revealing Ziegler's strange Google search history. Search terms included sexual battery settlement average, subpoena Instagram vanish, and accused of sexual battery and dismissed. He also searched for OnlyFans, removed subscriptions from list, sue for false allegations, and costs to file civil suit. As it stands, Bridget has refused to step down from her position on the school board despite numerous public calls for her to do so on the grounds of hypocrisy and generally not being the kind of person that students or parents would want sitting on a school board.
I am disappointed. As people may know, I serve on another public board, and this issue did not come up, and we were able to forge ahead with the business of the board.
Christian has lost his $120,000 salary as the GOP chair. His salary was reduced to just $1, and the GOP that once celebrated him has now turned on him. The text messages were a bit more explicit than what I read to you here, but I think you can kind of get the gist of things. This story is horrible, and it deals with some really tragic material, but the fact that Bridget is still, even after her hypocrisy has been publicly revealed, unwilling to back down from her political position, and the fact that, judging from his phone search history, Christian seems more concerned with how he's going to evade accountability than anything, shows that leadership in this country is failing us. The political system we have, one in which people are elevated into positions of power and authority, is problematic in the sense that power is corrupting, and people who tend to seek that power, not always of course, but often, are easily corruptible. They want to be corrupted. They want that power, and they want the power because it protects them. And I'm not trying to offer some alternative form of government or leadership right now in this YouTube video that I'm just doing in my room on a Friday. I'm just trying to remind people that people in positions of authority, even elected officials, shouldn't necessarily be our heroes or our saviors. They can't even be expected to carry themselves with integrity. Whether or not you think they should be is up to you, but if you demand integrity all the time from your public figures, you are going to be disappointed. At the very least, I just want people who are good at their jobs in positions where they can be effective. I don't think that's very much to ask for, and yet here we are with the Zieglers taking up space where they clearly are not wanted. All right, that's it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out my podcast, Modern Context. I've got a new episode out right now, and we're talking about Ecuador. All right, thanks.